Hey, it's Wisconsin Wine Guy. I am back again, and you know what? I decided to go ahead and do a wine and food pairing. But I want to tell you this: we're going to be doing the Vintners Reserve Chardonnay and the Vintners Reserve Riesling by Kendall Jackson. I'll make sure I attach the video to this so you can see what I thought about those wines. I can't tell you here, but you can definitely watch the video and learn what I thought about these wines. But here's the thing. For those of my followers out there who had the opportunity to dine with me, whether doing a private event or maybe had the opportunity to dine with me at my personal residence, you know I do not have leftovers. There are no leftovers. And I tell you why there's no leftovers. Because I want you to savor the moment right there. I don't want you to say, hey, I'll take some of this home with me as well. No, once you finish, that's it. And rarely do I repeat a dish for guests that had the honor of dining with me or me cooking for them. That's back in my days when I was a chef. Now I'm just a wine guy. So, that being said, on the previous video, I did the shrimp puttanesca, and I thought, hey, why not do it again? Well, I was so buzzed that I couldn't even finish the rest of my puttanesca, so I have some left over. Because I don't do leftovers. But I have some left over. I thought, wow, let's try this with these two wines. And just keep it 100, with the Kendall Jackson across the board, and try the same dish with two of their other white wines, the Chardonnay 2023 and the Riesling 2023. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Now, let's refresh my palate here with the wine. This is the Chardonnay. Okay. Refresh on the Riesling. Okay. Now, let's dig in. So, my shrimp puttanesca, made after the original puttanesca. Well, that's too much pasta. I must got the munchies already. I need to get a bit of everything. Some pasta, some black olives, some capers, some shrimp. But what I did different was I eliminated the anchovies and added shrimp. It's still spicy, still delicious, but we're going to see how this is going to taste with these two wines. Oh, and of course, my Sicilian olive oil soaked French toast. Can't do it without that, right? So here we go with the first taste. I think I'm missing out not having leftovers because this tastes even better the second day. Woo! But I would just fantasize about it until the next time I make it. But now, I was able to do it the second day. Chardonnay first. Wow. Let me tell you what I was going for. Which is why I wanted to try this with the next wine. With the Chardonnay, I was looking at the seafood aspect of it. I was looking at the richness of the dish. It has the spicy tomato sauce to it and all these other flavor elements. And I thought the Chardonnay itself, because of its boldness and flavors and its good structure and its depth, that it would hold up well next to these bold flavors in this dish. And I think it did a fantastic job. Wow. And also with the city, it cleanses the palate, gets you ready for the next bite. Now, let's do the Riesling. Now, who would think to try a Riesling with a dish such as this? I'm going to take this in twos because I must got the munchies. I'm taking more than normal. That's pasta and shrimp with the olives and some capers. The capers add the pungency to it. There's also garlic and onion, pepper flakes. Let's see what happens here with the Riesling. No one probably would think of this. The Riesling. I would tell you, I didn't think about it until now. So I will tell you this: the Riesling has Riesling, Viognier, Malvasia Bianco, a Sicilian grape, or my Sicilian olive oil, and Gewürztraminer and Viognier. I say Viognier? Well, say it again. Viognier and Gewürztraminer. Here's what happened with this dish and the spices. The Viognier comes through. Okay? On its own, the Viognier was there slightly, but with the dish, Viognier dominates because of the flavor compounds that exist in this dish. It brings out more of the Viognier. Now, let's find out which did I enjoy best with this dish. I'm gonna go backwards. Riesling. Chardonnay. Even on the nose, this just changes the nose, brings out more tangerine nose aromas. Here, so between the two, which did I enjoy most? I would have to say I like them both. But what I enjoyed most was how this dish brought out a different dimension and brought a different grape forward out of the Riesling. So there you have it. I'm telling you, step outside your box, do some unusual wine and food pairings, explore. You'll be surprised at what you discover. When I come up with these dishes, well, in this case I didn't, but originally when I come up with original dishes to pair with wines, I'm creating those dishes in my head while I'm tasting these wines. And so when I do a wine and food pairing, it's because while I was doing a review, I was creating and thinking about that dish. All right. This I got lucky on because it was leftover. Oh yeah, I forgot about my Sicilian soaked sourdough toast. Let's see what they got here. With the Chardonnay. Wow. Here's what I was hoping out of Chardonnay. Because it's been time on the lees, building up that richness. That's what I was looking for. Brings forth a little bit more of that richness, creaminess. Worked great with this. Even though it's olive oil, it has a creamy richness to it. That did great with it. Also with that acidity, cuts through it. Now, for the Riesling, never had Riesling with olive oil before. One more time. That was interesting in a good way. Okay, with the Riesling, the Gewürztraminer, gone. Riesling, forward. And so floor notes to the Viognier. But with the pasta, Riesling, gone. Gewürztraminer, forward. There you have it. I'm giving you permission to play with your food. It's your Wisconsin wine guy, saying as always, let your palate be the guide when selecting your wine and food pairings. I'm going to dig more into my dish, and I'm going to see you next time. Ciao!